Alright everyone, welcome to our little unboxing video here of Tears of Amaterasu. Of course, this is a thing that doesn't actually come out until tomorrow, so this will be available on sale. If you're in the Winnipeg area, consider getting it at Amusing Games, 1783 Portage Avenue over here, or of course support your local LGS and grab this guy. So I've actually specifically not looked at a ton of spoiler stuff, and I've seen some stuff because I just incidentally seen it. But a lot of this is going to be actually first impressions by me, and actually like genuine, like, oh, this is how I think this will affect this clan and this stuff. So you'll get the unfiltered Johnny Esports view of this. So once again, this is actually not on sale till tomorrow, so I feel very special that I get to do this. But I will have to put it back on the shelf and not actually keep any of these cards. So bam. In hindsight, I should have grabbed a knife. But anyway. Alright. Cards. Alright, so let's start with Dynasty cards. I believe this is split into conflict Dynasty cards. We'll start with the Dynasty cards over here. Also realized maybe I should have the chat viewable by myself, so if anyone has any comments or has anything to say, feel free to say them in the chat if you're watching this live. Obviously, if you're watching the YouTube video later, you don't get to say things live, but you can still ask me questions and leave any comments on the video, and we'll go from there. So, first we have a holding, a province rather, blood of, I'm gonna butcher a lot of these names, Onotangu. Seeker role only, during conflicts at this province, each player cannot spend fate from his or her fate pool. I guess it is interesting. You pull this out, and now if you are like kind of running low on fate, it makes it an advantage for you. I don't know, it seems pretty situational to me, and if you like listen to me on Reddit and stuff, I'm not a super big fan of situational cards, because say you have a bunch of fate and they attack this province, it's like, oh, I'm the one with fate advantage, now I'm just not spending anything and I don't really do anything about it. But I guess if you're specifically running low on fate all the time, you can potentially use that for something. So, the namesake of the pack, Tears of Amaterasu, keep a roll only to shrine. Reaction after this province is revealed, gain 1 fate for each attacking character. So yeah, I actually think this is a pretty solid card if you're playing on kind of defensive side of things. If you are doing a pretty heavy crab deck, I could see you wanting to run this because I believe they're still in Keeper right now. Yeah, if I off the top of my head. And so, yeah, say a lion comes at you with a bunch of stuff, this would actually be a super solid thing. At the end of it, might even be pretty decent on your stronghold, to be honest, because it's like, okay, now I have all this fate to work with, and you can kind of plan around that if you were planning to kind of protect your stronghold with that. So, interesting province, void province there. Bam. Here we go. Crab card, Stanchita. It's 2-0 Bushi Yojimbo. Reaction after this character wins a conflict as a defender, resolve the ring effect of that conflict as if you were the attacking player. Actually awesome. I would slot this into a lot of crab decks. Obviously, it does lack from having no political strength, but I think it's actually pretty solid, and resolving conflicts as a defender, you're going to do a lot as crab. Sweet. Awesome. Next card. Karada District. It's a holding, +1 to your province strength, limit 1 per deck. Action, given an opponent 1 fate, choose an attachment on a character that player controls, take control of that attachment and attach it to an eligible character you control, if able, otherwise discard it. Can you hold the cards a bit closer to the camera? Oh, thank you. Thanks for pointing that out, because I wasn't noticing I was doing that. So yeah, Karada District, give an opponent 1 fate, choose an attachment. Again, seems situational-ish, but a lot of things are running a lot of attachments. If you're meta in your store, consists of tons of attachments and stuff, then yeah, then it's probably pretty darn solid. There you go. That's the spot I should hold it at. So, yeah, I probably will play some crab decks, especially the decks that use a lot of holdings and stuff. Seems alright. Doji Representative. Am I holding this in a good spot? Alright. 3 Fate. It's a 1/3. Courtier action. During a conflict, move this character home. I feel like this is pretty expensive. And yeah, I guess you could bring it home if it's not doing it for you. I feel like if this was a 2-cost character, I would like it. I feel like a 3-cost character, I need more impact. But yeah, it might be okay. But we'll see what you think about that. We move on to our next. We have a dragon card here. Kitsuki Yaruma. 4 cost, 2/4. Courtesy, no poison attachments, which is just interesting against Scorpion. Reaction, after this character enters play, choose an unbroken province and turn that province face down. I actually think that could potentially be very, very powerful. Obviously, if you have cards that do a lot. But yeah, being able to choose that card and being able to do that, I think it's a pretty powerful ability at 4. I think 2/4 is a good cost for a character that costs that much, especially if you get this guy Honor, then you're suddenly a 4/6, right? So I like it. I like this card. It's not bad. I'd have to kind of think about it in my Dragon Pass, what the opportunity cost of playing this is, what I would take out of a 4-drop, but we'll see. Nightmare says, I agree, 3 is a little much for the rep, but the effect of pulling out tricks and backing out and fighting again is pretty sweet. Yeah, so he's talking about Doji Representative again. Yeah, it is a good trick. It is potentially a good trick. I wish it was 2 cost. Long story short, I definitely wish it was 2 cost. Lion. Gifted Tactician. 2 military strengths, 1 political strength. It's a Bushi commander. Reaction, after this character wins a military conflict, draw a card. Awesome. Fits right into Lion. More card advantage for Lion. You're going to win military effects. Fairly costed. Good card. Boom. Hito District. So this guy's a holding, it's a Lion holding. Imperial, limit 1 per deck. Political conflicts cannot be declared against this holding's province. Probably really great to put on your stronghold. Holding, it's not a province. My bad. Never mind. I'm reading the card wrong. So political conflict cannot be declared against. Yeah, I'd probably play this. Long story short, it's just good. Could you explain face down province? Okay, so you want me to go back to. This is the dragon card, right? After this card enters play, choose an unbroken province and turn that province face down. Essentially, you could turn that province face down, and then you can then flip it again to get its when revealed effect. So a lot of provinces, after the when revealed effect happens, you do it, and then you can't do it again. This will allow you to kind of do that again, especially if you are putting that, say, on your stronghold is probably where it's more effective because they have to attack that one again. You can get that effect multiple times, so that would be good. So yeah, that's what that's kind of about. All right, we got a Phoenix card next. Isawa Cade. Thanks for the question, by the way. And again, anyone wanting to do questions and stuff, I am more than willing to answer them. If I know the answer. If I don't know the answer, hopefully someone else in chat does. 5 cost character, 3/4. Again for the face clan. Shugenja Void, immune to opponent's ring effects. Awesome. When this character is attacking, the contested ring gains the Void element. If this character wins the conflict as an attacker, instead of choosing an element to resolve each of that ring's effects. So, a lot of text. So again, that alone is pretty darn good. So you're not going to be able to affect it with a ring. Whilst you're attacking, the contested ring gains Void, so you're able to additionally add that. And if you win, you get 2 effects. So fairly costed at 5, strong character. I think this is going to slot into a lot of theme specs already. This is one of the few cards I'd actually inadvertently already saw spoiled for, so this card, Nightmare, is super sweet. Potentially enough to make you play Phoenix if you were on the fence of it, just because I think it's just a super good card. And again, fairly costed. Get this thing honored. It's a 6/7, so it's potentially nuts. I think it's a very, very good card. Swift Magistrate. So we got ourselves a unicorn. Costs 3 fate. It's 2 military, 2 political. It's a Bushi Imperial Magistrate. While this character is attacking, each other character that has 1 more or more fate on it does not count its skill toward the resolution of this conflict. Situational card. Again, I'm just not a super big fan of really situational cards, but you're hoping for unicorn support. I don't think a 2/2 for 3 with a situational card effect is super great, so sorry Unicorn, I don't think you're there yet. Not with this card. Ronak 31115 says, Cade is so sweet. You declare a water conflict and use Seeker of Knowledge, who gives air type to the ring. Again, he's talking about this card that we've already kind of looked at. If you win, you get the air ring effect, removes someone's fate and battle character without fate, including the one you just removed the fate from. I know. Isawa Cade is sick. Yeah, I think it's a super sick card, and you're gonna 3-up that, and you're gonna do what you can with that card. I completely agree with you, Rana. All right, Windswept Yurt. We got a holding here for the unicorns. Sacrifice this holding. Select 1. Each player gains 2 fate on each player. Or sorry, each player gains 2 fate, or each player gains 2 honor. Refill this province face up. Yeah, potentially awesome if you're going to be running low on honor a bunch, and gives you the option of gaining fate. If your opponent's not on a gain fate to win clause, which is not likely with the current meta, it might change in the long run after a few more packs with Lion potentially being able to be on that plan. So for the most part, this is essentially, if this was Magic, gain 2 life and hang on for a little bit longer. I actually do really like this card as long as honor winning stays out of the meta. If that ever gets back into the meta, then this might be a less good card, but I think this is actually a very, very good card for unicorns, because you're going to be running low on honor all the time. You could also use the 2 fate if you need the fate. So options are good. That's potentially more incidental value. I think most of the time you're using it for the honor. So that is all the Dynasty cards. Let's put them all in a pile over here and start looking at some conflict stuff. Boom, we'll start here with the Crane card. Seal of Crane, it's an attachment, gives you +0/+1, so 1 political. Item Seal, attached character gains Crane clan symbol and the duelist trait. My brain's drawing a blank on a lot of duelist trait synergies. Maybe there's more in this pack. I don't know off the top of my head. So we'll have to see. If you need to make a lot of things have the Crane clan symbol or the duelist trait, this could actually be very, very strong. But I actually don't know off the top of my head what synergies this potentially has. Obviously, if your deck needs that, then it's great. If your deck doesn't need that stuff, then it's a worse fan. But I'm assuming that's going to go together with the good synergies eventually. If someone in chat knows off the top of my head a good synergy for that card, let me know, because just off the top of my head, it's not coming to me. So we have Disdainful Remark. It's a 1 costing event. Keeper roll only during a conflict. If you control a courtier character until the end of the conflict, the attack province gets +X strength, X equal to the number of cards in your opponent's hand. Yeah, I think this is going to be good. You're going to control a courtier very often with that. Sorry, just reading chat. Bronik 3115 going back to so great. Attachment allows the player to use Way of the Crane on them to honor them. Way of the Crane only works on Crane clan members. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, Strappa saying the matter is not enough good neutrals to do that. So yeah, there just might not be enough good things that aren't already Cranes to do that onto. But I don't know. Again, thanks for thinking it was synergy. I just still see the value quite yet. Anyway, back to Dynasty in full remark. Keep a roll only during conflict if you control, coordinated character until the end of the conflict. Attack province gets +X strength. X is equal to the number of cards in your opponent's hand. Could just be good defense. I think it's actually a pretty good, solid, decent trick. It's decent. Jade Masterpiece. 1 cost attachment gives you +1 political strength. Item Jade. Bow this attachment, choose an unclaimed ring, move 1 fate from the chosen ring to another unclaimed ring. Good, because you could move the fate onto a ring you're about to claim instead. Good. I think it's actually just solid. And it's another cheap, relatively cheap attachment for dragons. So, good card. Conflict characters that you're going back to Seal the Crane. Ronak is saying, true, not enough yet, but a strong conflict character might give you value to it. Conflict that you're splashing in. Yeah, for sure. Like, you can definitely see more, add that to a card that you're splashing. My problem with that is, again, it seems like a situational thing where it's like, well, if I'm in this world where I have that card in my hand and I have Disdainful Remark, or sorry, not Disdainful, Seal of the Crane, now I'm getting value of that because I also have Way of the Crane in my hand. So that's asking for 3 cards to kind of happen. But again, if we start seeing a Crane deck that doesn't play a lot of actual Crane cards, more neutrals, then there's some more value. Anyway, back to new cards. Time for War, Lion card. It's a 0 costing event for secret roll only. After you lose a political conflict, choose a Bushi character you control, put a weapon attachment with printer cost 3 or lower into play from your hand or conflict, discard pile attached to that character. Great if they were on Seeker. Right now, of course, the Lion is currently on Keeper, but I guess if you're playing if you're playing at home and you can choose your whatever role instead of doing it based on what the it's currently what the clan's doing. I actually think could be a pretty good card because it's putting on attachments for guys for cheap and stuff, but not currently Seeker. As someone who made a Lion deck recently, I'm like, not interested because not Seeker anyway. Other cards can splash. Time for War. Good point. Very good point. If you're splashing into this and you're in Seeker, that actually could be a pretty good combo. Boom. Anyway, Embrace the Void. This card I remember seeing spoiled. Looks cool. Attachment 0000. Play only if you control a Shugenja character. This is Phoenix time card, by the way. When 1 or more fate would be removed from attached character, instead move that fate to your fate pool. I actually think this could be dope. There's tons of synergies with Phoenix. There's tons of different possibilities. I think for me, my card name knowledge on the top of my head isn't super great, so I'm not naming them directly. If I had more time to think about it, I would find the card that I'm talking about that could synergize pretty well with this. But there's a ton of combo potential with this, and I actually think this is a great card for Phoenix. One day, my actual names of cards knowledge for L5R will catch up to my Magic card ones. So here we are to, and I'm not even that great at Magic cards, only standard stuff. Anyway, back to L5R. Meek Informant, Scorpion card. 1 character, it only has 1 political strength. It's a peasant. After you play this card, look at an opponent's hand. You know what? That information's super underrated. When you need some 1-drops in your deck so that your deck stays has some options. Underrated ability. I think that would be underrated ability. Knowing what the opponent has, and then using that information to play whatever trips you have for a Scorpion. I think this is good. Maybe like a 2 of in your deck just to like pull it out at the right time to see what your opponent has. I actually like it. Yeah, best card from TOA. A lot of people are saying. Honestly, I think that card's really, really, really good. So I agree with you guys. Here you go, another Scorpion card. It's a 1-cost event. Smoke and Mirrors. During a conflict, choose any number of attacking Shinobi creatures control and move each chosen character home. Good trick. Straight up. Don't know how much to say that. So yeah, smoke and mirrors is just a good trick. People in chat saying one cost for hand view is insane. Totally. Yeah, everyone's going, yeah, I know. Meek Informant. Super good card. Goblin Sneak. We have goblins. 2-cost character. He's got 1 military only. Reaction after this character enters play. Place 1 fate from an opponent's fate pool on it. Oh. So essentially, you're paying 2. So it's essentially like a 1-cost character for... It's kind of mean and kind of funny. I would need a lot more... I can't think of the direct synergy. It's like you're not slotting this in any deck. If you're playing a deck that's just being really mean, yeah, I could see it. But it's silly, that's for sure. This card, Punish Dragon, but is it worth it? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's... If it was 1 cost, I would say 100%. But just dropping 2 characters for something that's not going to attack anything or do anything, it's literally just because this effect is kind of funny. I don't know. I don't see it. Maybe something good. Goblin Sneak, Ronak in chat says, Goblin Sneak plus that new Phoenix attachment to put the fate in your own pool. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. That's very interesting. All right, last card we have here. We have Finger of Jade. 1-cost attachment. Doesn't give any stats, but you attach to a character you control. Interrupt when the effects of a card ability that that targets attached character when initiated. Sacrifice the attachment, cancel its effects. Yeah. Protect the card. Sweet. If you are playing Dragon, I think this actually goes in your deck because you want to protect your guy that you're essentially putting a bunch of attachments to. If you're going... This is good protection. I think this is a solid protection, and I think this will go on a lot of decks that are really relying on lots of attachments on a single character or whatever. So, yeah, again, obviously Dragon. Boom. And that is the unboxing video for Tears of Amaterasu. Again, this launches out tomorrow, so if you're watching this now live, pick it up tomorrow. If you're in the Winnipeg area, please consider doing so at Amusing Games on 1783 Portage Avenue, or at the very least, if you're not in Winnipeg, do support your local LGS and pick up this new pack. We're going to try to do this once a week, as long as things actually arrive in time and all that. But for now, I'm going to put this away and not play with it because I can't. So we're going to take a quick break here. If you want to relax for a bit, we're going to get some players on stream and we'll do that. But we're going to take a quick break while I set that up. I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, if you have any comments or anything to say about tiers that you want to think, if you think, Johnny, you're dumb, certain cards are great, or certain cards you said were good are actually bad, feel free to let me know what your opinions are. And we'll go from there. Follow me on Twitter at Johnny Esports, as well as on Facebook, Johnny Esports Content, and we will go from there. Guys, again, we'll take a quick short break here for watching the live stream, and we'll be back with more Legend of the Five Rings action here from Amusing Games.